Hi everyone, it's Mari from Doodles da Mari on Instagram, and today I have a very exciting video because today we're going to talk about this spread right here. So this was back in July 2022 when I designed this artwork here and a few washi tapes that I actually submitted to the Hatch program from EndlessPens to transform this artwork here in a fountain pen. So I'm super excited because this past week I actually received, let me grab this here, I actually received the actual fountain pen and the three washi tapes that are based on this one. So this is just my mock-up that I printed in just regular sticker paper, so the quality is not great. But just, I want to have this open here just so we can compare what we received with what I had envisioned with the mock-up. So let's start with the washes, and maybe I can start with maybe like this washi here. Let me grab something to open. So this first one is this like honeycomb pattern. So I wanted to go with a little bit more muted yellow. I didn't want like a super bright yellow, just because I'm not really super fond of very bright colors. I tend to get tired of them more quickly, so I wanted more muted colors, as you can see here. So this is the honeycomb pattern that I designed, and this is what we received. So as you can see, it's very close. I would say maybe this is a little bit more yellow and this was a little bit more mustard. But again, this is likely because I printed in regular paper, right? Because the colors that I chose uh, I sent the exact same colors to them, right? So the quality of my printing is not great. So I think that's the difference that we're going to see here. But regarding the washi itself, if we compare them, they turned out a little bit bigger, but I still like them. I still like it quite a lot. And then let me swatch it here in the back. Um, but what I want to show you is that, let me see if we can swatch a little bit of the washi tape just to see the full design. So this is just a basic yellow honeycomb pattern, but every now and then I included a little very faint pink heart inside the honeycomb pattern. So I don't know if you can see here, but there's just a small little heart that you're gonna see every few, you know, centimeters in the washi, because I just thought, it would be a nice way to break the pattern a little bit and make it a little bit more interesting. So the first one, yeah, I really, really like it. So let's move on to the second one, which would be maybe this one. Let's go back to our mock-up spread, which is here. Let me open this one. And then this one would be the second washi pattern here. Let me put this aside. Um, which is this one. So it's basically a field of flowers, because again, the inspiration behind this was a local garden here, and it was it, it had a lot of flowers when I visited last time. So I wanted to capture that a little bit. So as you can see, it's a little bit bigger than what I originally drew, but it's very, very similar. So again, just um, the white flowers in a green field and then some bees around. So let's just swatch a little bit here just to see how it looks. So this is the first one. I'm not really like a floral person, but I thought it was very fitting with the bee theme. And again, I was inspired by a particular event. So you can see a small little bee here. So the idea here, oops, the idea here would be that uh, I wanted to have this like large patterns, but I wanted to break the pattern a little bit here and there with some elements. So in this one would be the hearts, and then in this one would be the bees every few centimeters or inches in the washi. So just to again give it some interest, change the pattern a little bit here and there. And then the last washi tape would be the bees ones. So for the bee washi tape, let me open this here. For the bee washi tape, I wanted it to be basically just the bees in kind of like a sky background. But for it not to be super boring, I wanted to add just a couple of flowers here and there, and then some very faint hexagon pattern behind it. So this is the original, and this is how it turned out, which I thought it was also really, really close and looks super fun, at least to me. I hope you like it as well. So let's swatch some of this washi tape. Again, I'm just gonna do a few swatches here so you can see the pattern. So there's a little heart here with the bees, and then on this next swatch, you're gonna see the flower showing up, and then that's pretty much it. So the pattern is not completely the same throughout. I changed a few things here and there, but the idea is to have always a bunch of bees in a blue background and then a hexagon background as well. So those are the three washi tapes that I designed with EndlessPens, and I think it turned out pretty great and pretty close to what I had envisioned in the mock-up. So I'm really excited about those. I will probably redo this spread or this theme in another week, just because now I have the actual products here, not just the mock-up. So I will probably redo that. And then for the fountain pen itself, it comes in this really cool box, which is a hatch program box, and then on the side it says the name of the model, I would say, or maybe the artwork that you're getting. And this one is an M fountain pen. So this is actually an pocket Opus 88 pen. So this is the box, and then if we let me see, if we open this, we have an Opus 88 like instructions that we can check later. We also get an O-ring here, an extra O-ring, and a eyedropper here. I don't know if this doesn't sound like glass, but it's like a clear eyedropper. And then the pen. So the pen, it's a pocket pen, so it's a tiny pen. You can see from the size of my hand. And this is the artwork that I designed. So again, it's this artwork. And if we compare this with the mock-up, again, the colors are a little bit brighter just because again, I printed in a not very great quality sticker paper, but it's pretty much the same. You can see here that the design actually turned out pretty accurate to my mock-up, which it's amazing. It's amazing. And then looking closely, the quality of the printing, I don't know if it's a printing or how they do it, but it's really good quality in terms of, I thought, I was hoping it wouldn't be like super bad quality because I don't have another Opus 88 to compare to. But it's actually I'm really impressed with the quality. I don't know how else to say it, but I'm really impressed with the quality of this artwork printing. So yeah, this is the fountain pen. Again, I got it on with medium nib, and it's a tiny pen. So let's actually fill this up with ink and test it. So I'm gonna put this aside because we already compared with the mock-up, and I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. And then to ink it, they actually sent me along these Robert Oster ink bottle, which is called Honeybee. So it's very appropriate to this collection. So let's try to ink this. I have, again, I have never tried an Opus 88 pocket pen, so I'm excited about it, but I know I have to read the instructions first just because I don't want to mess it up. So here are the instructions. So what I need to do is remove the cap, uh, remove the grip section, and then I'm going to use the eyedropper to drop the ink into the barrel. Then I'm going to put the section on again. And then I need to release the bottom tail, so this part here, slightly until the ink flow to the nib, and then I can write. So let's try it. I'm probably gonna struggle a little bit, so I'm gonna probably speed this up for you guys, and we'll check back once this is inked. Okay, so because this is an eyedropper pen, uh, and the feed is not saturated with ink yet, it's gonna maybe take a little longer for the feed to actually become saturated. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dip this in my um, bottle here, ink bottle, just to help saturate the feed. And then we can also start playing with the fountain pen a little bit. So let's see. I'm just gonna clean this a little bit, and this should work. Okay. So now it works just because the feed got saturated, because again, we were putting all of the ink here, and then it takes some time for the ink to drop from here to the feed and to saturate the feed enough so it starts writing. So a way around it would be to just dip the pen in the bottle or the nib in the bottom so the feed can saturate a little bit faster. Um, and that's pretty much it. What else was I gonna say? A few tips that or things that I tried when trying to saturate the feed a little bit faster was I wet my paper towel here a little bit, and then I was just touching it to see if it will pull the ink down a little bit. That didn't help too much, so I also dipped just the bottom of the pen in water, and I started scribbling here to see if that would help pulling the ink down a little bit as well. But I think the fastest way, again, is to just really saturate the feed in the ink, um, and then it will flow better, hopefully. But yeah, so this is the fountain pen. Let me actually pull my uh, Hobonichi again so we can test in a better paper. So this is the spread that we were working on. So let me just write this should post, although maybe I need to close this first. So I'm just gonna leave it unposted for now. Um, but this is, let me try to move this here. What's this called? Pocket Opus 88 with a medium nib, and this is Robert Oster Honeybee. And I think this ink is actually a great pairing for um, both for the pen and for the collection as a whole. So I'm really, really excited about that. Um, yeah. The other thing I wanted to mention is I use my like a I call this a Pasteur pipette. I don't know how that is called, but just a disposable pipette instead of the, I don't know if this is a glass pipette or not, but this clear pipette that came with the pen. Just because this one, it has some marks here regarding the volume, and I like to know how much ink I'm putting in the pen just to have an idea of how long does it take me to use a certain amount of ink when I have this in a pen, right? So I put 1 ml of ink here, and you can see it's a little more than halfway full. So the capacity is, I would guess, maybe like 1.5 milliliters for the barrel here. Um, and that's it. Yeah, I look forward to writing more with this pen. I'm really happy with how the whole collection turned out. If you are in the market for a new pen and you're considering this one, please check out Opus 88. They are really nice people. I've been talking to them a lot because of this whole process, and it has just been a really great experience. So yeah, these are gonna, well, by the time that this video is published, uh, this is gonna be released already. So if you're looking for one, um, I'm gonna leave the link down below in the description. And that's it. I'm really excited. This is the first fountain pen that I ever designed, and I'm super into fountain pens now, so this is definitely a dream come true for me. And it is awesome to have a pen that I design, and I really, really like the bee theme as well. I think, even though it seems a little bit uh, maybe spring-like because of all of the flowers, I think this is just, to me, this is just a happy pen, right? I like the colors, I like the doodles. So this is definitely something that I see myself using throughout the year, no matter what. Um, and yeah, I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.